in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special, but I'm a creep and I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to know things when I'm not around. You're so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here.
Good evening. My name is Rebecca Pierce, Assistant Director of Educational Services for Cycle 2 students in the English sector, and I have the honor of being your MC for our ceremony this evening. On behalf of the members of the Board of Directors, school administration, faculty, and staff, it is my privilege to welcome you to Villa Maria's 172nd graduation ceremony. This event proudly celebrates the accomplishments of the class of 2026. We would like to extend a special welcome to those joining us online via the live YouTube broadcast. We are delighted to be able to share this memorable occasion with all of our graduates, family, and friends. To ensure the smooth running of this ceremony, here are a few important reminders before we begin. Please put your cell phones and any other electronic devices in silent mode. Please remain seated throughout the ceremony so as not to obstruct the view of others. Our photographer is on hand to capture each important moment during the official proceedings. All photos of this ceremony will be available as of June 25th. The internet link, username, and password for the photos were included in the program you received by email today. Finally, we ask that guests refrain from calling out during the ceremony, as this detracts from the significance and formality of today's celebration. Thank you for your cooperation and attention during our graduation ceremony. Our celebration will now begin with a procession of members of the Villa Maria administration, special guests, faculty, and staff members. They will be followed by the graduates of the class of 2026. Please stand and join me in warmly welcoming them with a round of applause. The graduating class of 2026. Please take your seats. Mr. Christian Corneau, Director General of Villa Maria, will now share the opening address of this ceremony.
Good evening, bonsoir. Dear guests, members of the Board of Directors, members of our management team, teachers, staff, parents, and most importantly, dear graduating students, this evening is about you, it's for you. 5 years ago, on your first day of class, you came to Villa Maria through our doors, and you came from elementary school where you brought with you your dreams and a great deal of curiosity. Now, here you are, gathered together to celebrate the end of a journey marked by hard work, perseverance, and dedication. This evening, we are honored to pay tribute to a group of young people whose talent, generosity, and determination will help enrich our society. At Villa Maria, we believe that each student has a unique potential that must be developed and cultivated. This conviction is at the heart of our mission. For 172 years, our school has pursued the work of the Congrégation de Notre-Dame, which was founded by Sainte Marguerite Bourgeois, who believed that education has the power to release each person's potential, develop their self-reliance, and inspire them to make a difference in their community. Since your arrival, you have certainly grown, met challenges, and lived experiences through which you've been transformed. Your classes, projects, activities, successes, and at times obstacles have helped shape you into the young adults we celebrate tonight. Villa Maria is a unique, vibrant, and profoundly human environment. It is my hope that you made the most of everything it had to offer, and that the memories, friendships, and lessons you take with you will remain with you long into the future. Today, in addition to celebrating your achievements, take time to recognize the dedication of the teachers and staff who, along with every member of the school's team, contributed to your success. And let's not forget your parents and loved ones who've been there by your side, supporting you in times where you had some challenges and your confidence wavered, but also we're here tonight to celebrate your major achievements. So I'd like us to take a moment to warmly applaud all of these adults who've been there with you and again are here tonight. In a few weeks, your heads held high, you will proudly go into the world. I hope that you'll pursue your dreams while remaining true to your values as you continue to learn, to grow, and to be committed to your community. You may be leaving Villa Maria, but you should know that Villa Maria will remain with you throughout your life. As you're now joining the big and beautiful family of Villa Maria High School alumni, on behalf of the entire Villa Maria team, congratulations to the class of 2026, and do enjoy the ceremony, your ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Corneau, for your inspiring words. We will now continue with the conferring of diplomas. I will ask Mr. Corneau to stand in front of the Villa Maria panel, and Ms. Jennifer Furtado, Assistant Director of Educational Services, will confer students' diplomas today. I would like to take a moment to remind our graduates of the process for approaching and exiting the stage. When the first student's name is called, the entire row will stand up and file to the left side of the stage, maintaining your order. The other rows will remain seated. When your name is called, please walk on stage and receive your certificate from Mr. Corneau. Please stand to the right of the Villa Maria panel, where a photo will be taken with the Director General. After your photo, you will promptly return to your chair using the opposite stairs. I now invite Ms. Furtado to the stage.
Thank you, Mrs. Pierce. Dear graduates, we will now confer your diplomas. Bahar Abbaspour Radakeli. Sirella Acheng. Amelia Fata Allegreza, recipient of a subject prize for Quebec citizenship and culture, graduates with distinction, Villa Marie Ambassador. Eva Amalfi. Thais Aris Merritt, recipient of a subject prize for Contemporary World, graduates with distinction. Lucas Arroyo, graduates with distinction. Rafael Joseph Aslo. Juliana Victoria Athanasiadis Bertazzo. Tom Azev, recipient of a subject prize for Mathematics Science Option. Kiana Beauchamp, recipient of a subject prize for Physical Education. Leila Bilatra. Coco Besner. Lily Brereton. Zachary Cagelet Ash, recipient of a subject prize for Contemporary World. Ettore Caniglia, recipient of a subject prize for Chemistry. Joshua Shalon, recipient of a subject prize for Chemistry. Ronak Chala, recipient of a subject prize for Physical Education. Georgia Chiliotis. Andre Chikarians. Vika Chinkan Gindalu, graduates with distinction. Jonathan Chong. Christian Jode Chileli. Mika Chinquino, recipient of a subject prize for Français langue seconde de base and Contemporary World, graduates with distinction, Villa Maria Ambassador. Sofia Chirichilo. Sophie Colette, Villa Maria Ambassador Captain. Emma Polier Ag. Analia Cooper Di Fuchsia. Vanessa Cucci, recipient of a subject prize for Français langue seconde enrichie. Isabella de Guzman. Erica Demeter. Ileana Diorio, recipient of a subject prize for building your business, media, and marketing. Elizabeth DiLeonardo. Mateo Rimora. Yasmin Lorena Dominguez Sharma, recipient of a subject prize for Quebec citizenship and culture, graduates with distinction. Tatiana Dudervik. Aiden Efstatudakis. Jade El Haj, recipient of a subject prize for visual arts. Julia Espanavera. Alexandra Ferguson Naylor. Stefano Ferretti. Maya Filino, graduates with distinction. Paulina Gasparini, recipient of a subject prize for drama. Livia Glover. Natasha Glover. Alexander Grant. Anthony Jr. Guerreri. Tessa Haber, recipient of a subject prize for English Language Arts. Haman Hall, graduates with distinction. Julia Hamamjian. Chloe Hinkson, recipient of a prize for cultural, social, and technical mathematics, graduates with distinction, Villa Marie Ambassador Captain. Gabriel Ip. Evangelia Kalogeropoulos. Sophia Labrosse, recipient of a subject prize for Français langue seconde avancée, graduates with distinction. Noah Laforce. Sung Vi Lee, graduates with distinction. Leora Bijoulis. Jocelyn Liu, recipient of a subject prize for physics, graduates with distinction. Manchain Kyle Lowe, recipient of a subject prize for mathematics science option. Troy Macris. Parker Malone, graduates with distinction. Jacob Maltinsky. Lorena Mandry Lugo. Aiden Marshall, graduates with distinction, Villa Marie Ambassador Captain. Stavroula Matioudakis. Sophia Mazet. Ethan Michaud. Alexandra Meyer. Giuliano Minotti, recipient of a subject prize for financial education. Nathaniel Monachino, recipient of a subject prize for financial education, graduates with distinction. Alan Nocharli, recipient of a subject prize for music. Alexia Opediziano. Lara Opediziano. Sienna Palmieri, recipient of a subject prize for case studies in business ethics and globalization. Sarah Palucci. Priscilla Pileggi. Giada Piccitelli, Villa Maria Ambassador. Maya Plamondon, recipient of a subject prize for English Language Arts and Physics. Emmanuel Proestu. Catherine Ramos, graduates with distinction. Noah Pedro Regimbald. Despina Retsinas. Dean Rugas. Charlotte Rourke. Sydney Jada Salazar. Nathan Silva Rodrigues. Agnes Meros. Olivia Staffa. Nicholas Todoropoulos. Jonathan Tortolano. Malik Tubal Sigir, recipient of a subject prize for physical education. Yanni Timiklis, recipient of a subject prize for Quebec citizenship and culture. Eve Simopoulos. Joseph Valentino. Luciana Isabel Vargas Andrade, recipient of a subject prize for visual arts. Marika Vasiliou. Cara Vergara, recipient of a subject prize for English language arts, graduates with distinction. Capri Varillo. Vance Varillo. Ariana Visconti. Stephen Walsh. Stuart Wang. Antonio Zafiropoulos. Bradley Zinman, recipient of a subject prize for financial education. Congratulations, dear graduates.
Thank you, Mr. Corneau and Ms. Furtado. We will now proceed with the tassel ritual of our graduation ceremony. Cords with tassels were used dating back to the 14th century to represent levels of learning. The literature says that the long tassel represents your diploma. Flipping it from one side to the other indicates that the wearer has passed from one level of learning to the other. The tassel ends up on the left side of your head, on the side of your heart. This gesture confirms your movement from candidate to graduate. I will ask all of our graduates to please stand up. All graduates will now reach up with their left hand to move their tassel from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, let's warmly congratulate the 172nd graduating class of Villa Maria, the class of 2026. may take your seats. Thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce this year's graduation guest speaker, a proud alumna of Villa Maria High School, class of 2012, Ms. Erica Maroney. After graduating from Villa Maria, Ms. Maroney pursued health sciences at Marianopolis College before continuing her studies at McGill University, where she earned both a Bachelor of Science and a Master of Science. She later completed her doctorate of pharmacology or pharmacy at Université Laval in 2023. Now working as a community pharmacist in LaSalle, Ms. Maroney has combined academic excellence with a commitment to serving others. Throughout her studies, she received several prestigious awards, including the Frederick Banting and Charles Best Canada Graduate Scholarship Masters Award from the Canadian Institutes of Health Research, as well as the Canadian-Italian Business and Professional Association Meritorious Bursary. Ms. Maroney has also contributed to scientific research as the author of 4 publications in peer-reviewed journals. We are especially proud to welcome back one of our own whose dedication and passion for learning truly reflect the values of the Villa Maria community. Please join me in welcoming our guest speaker, Erica Maroney.
Dear graduates, teachers, staff, family members, and guests, as a Villa Maria alumnus, it is truly an honor to be invited back to address you today. I would like to sincerely thank Ms. Gagliardi and Ms. Pierce for this opportunity. Graduates, when I began preparing these remarks, I spent a lot of time thinking about the message I wanted to leave with you. To help me find it, I mentally transported myself back 14 years ago when I was sitting exactly where you are today. I remember feeling excited about what lay ahead, but also uncertain. While I had goals and aspirations, I certainly did not have everything figured out, and that's completely okay. In preparing this speech, I asked myself a few questions. What advice would I have wanted to hear at that moment? What lessons have guided me through the years since graduating? What wisdom has helped shape both my professional and personal life? The answers were many, but in the interest of staying within my allotted time, I narrowed them down to 3 key takeaways that I hope will serve you as well as they have served me. When I was 17, I believed medicine was the only career that would allow me to combine my love for science with helping others. During my second year of university at McGill, I attended a lunch and learn type conference. I sat with my friend who was with another friend and another friend of a friend. During that lunch, I ended up speaking with someone I had just met who mentioned she was working as a pharmacy technician while in the same program as I was. This lunchtime conversation introduced me to a profession I had never seriously considered before. Curious to learn more, I handed my resume to several pharmacies in my area and was hired as a part-time pharmacy technician during my undergrad. Through that experience, I discovered the profession of pharmacy and eventually found a career that I love today. The reason I share this story is not because one conversation magically changed everything. It's because that conversation introduced me to a path I had never considered. We are living in a time where it's easier to do everything on Zoom or Teams in the comfort of our own beds with our pajamas on. It's easier to type our questions or thoughts into ChatGPT and ask AI for advice. But speaking to real people who are struggling to find what they want to do, real students who have been through similar academic journeys as you, or real mentors who you look up to and admire is so underestimated but so valuable. My first takeaway is simple. Talk to people, real people. Stay connected with your classmates. Be curious, ask questions, seek mentors, attend the in-person classes and events, ask previous students for advice, have conversations with people whose experiences are similar or even differ from your own, because you never know where that conversation might lead. My second takeaway is this. Choose a job you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life. 14 years ago, at my very own Villa Maria convocation ceremony, our assistant director at the time had shared that quote with us. Looking back, it became one of the most important pieces of advice I have ever received. My path to becoming a pharmacist wasn't straightforward. First off, I didn't even know I wanted to be a pharmacist until multiple years into university. Because I like sciences, I first completed a bachelor after CEGEP. Still unsure of what career path I should do, I decided to complete a master's degree after that. Although each degree taught me something valuable, none of them felt like they would lead me to a career I felt deeply passionate about. I could have settled for a path that was good enough. Instead, I kept going because I knew that if I was going to dedicate decades of my life to a career, I wanted it to be one that genuinely excited me. Eventually, that perseverance led me to study pharmacy, and after 9 long years of university studies, I became a pharmacist. Today, I can confidently say that I love what I do. I love my colleagues, I love my patients, I love that every day brings a new challenge and an opportunity to learn something new. Most importantly, I find purpose in my work. So my message to you is this. Sometimes finding what you love to do takes longer than you expected. Sometimes it requires extra courses, an extra semester, or an extra degree or two. Remember that you will spend a significant portion of your life working. So never stop searching for work that inspires you, fulfills you, and makes you excited to get up in the morning. My third and final takeaway is this. Appreciate the village that helped you get here. I only began to truly understand the meaning of sacrifice after becoming a parent less than a year ago. You may not realize it now, but your parents and families have made many sacrifices to bring you to this moment, and I have no doubt that they will continue to support you long after today. No one gets to where they are alone. It takes a village. As graduates of Villa Maria, you are leaving with a very solid foundation. Academically, yes, but also in the interpersonal skills, discipline, and resilience that will set you apart in your future endeavors. So as you leave here today, don't forget to thank the people who helped you get here. I have no doubt that they are incredibly proud of you, and I hope you share many more beautiful moments together as you continue to grow and succeed. Graduates, you don't have to have your entire future figured out today. In fact, very few people do. The person you will be in 5, 10, or 20 years will not be shaped by a single decision, but by the countless small choices you make along the way. How you treat others, how you respond to setbacks, and whether you have the courage to keep moving forward when the path isn't clear. As you leave here today, be curious, be kind, be willing to try, fail, learn, and try again. The future is not something that happens to you. It is something you create. Congratulations, class of 2026. I'm excited to see what you create.
Thank you. Thanks again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Maroney, for your meaningful words for our graduates as they step into the next chapter of their lives. In addition to our subject prizes, we are fortunate to have a number of annual awards to offer to our graduates. At Villa Maria, we are proud of all of our graduates, but there are certain students who deserve additional recognition due to their outstanding contributions. When your name is called, please come forward on stage so that we can acknowledge your achievements and capture a photo as a memento. We will begin with the Jacqueline Leduc Prize from the Villa Maria alumni. I will ask Ms. Megan Dejean, Mathematics and English Language Arts teacher, and a Villa Maria alumna to take the stage. Jacqueline Leduc was a 1945 Villa Maria graduate. She was very engaged in the community and involved in many volunteering activities. In 1977, Madame Leduc founded l'Association des Femmes Canadiennes à Paris, which is still active today, 49 years later. Offered with a bursary from the alumni, the Jacqueline Leduc Prize is awarded to a student who has demonstrated a sense of belonging to Villa Maria by their team spirit, involvement, generosity, courage, sense of community, and a desire to do better, to inspire and carry on the Villa Maria legacy. This year's recipient is Sophie Collett. I will now invite Ms. Anna Gagliardi, head of the English Language Arts Department, to come forward for the next award. Mrs. Josephine Waters was the grandmother of a Villa Maria graduate, Rachel Vercade. Established by Mrs. Waters' family in her memory, this award is presented with a bursary to the student who has demonstrated excellence in English language arts throughout their years at Villa Maria, including a love of literature and writing. Chosen by the English Language Arts Department, the 2026 recipient is Erica Demeter. Thank you, Ms. Gagliardi. I now call on Ms. Judith Garot, Student Life Coordinator, to come forward for the Student Council Prize. This prize is offered with a bursary to a graduate for their contagious positivity, their thoughtfulness, and their commitment to the life of the students at Villa Maria. The Student Council Prize is awarded to Sophie Collett. Thank you, Madame Garot. I will now ask Ms. Barbara Barrasso, President of the Mothers and Fathers Guild, to come forward. The Villa Maria Mothers and Fathers Guild bursaries are awarded to 8 graduates who have distinguished themselves by their continuous involvement in the life of the school. They were carefully chosen by their teachers. Please hold your applause until all 8 names are announced, just so students can hear their names being called. Our 2026 recipients are Bahar Abbaspor Radichelli, Caro Vergara, Noah Laforce, Paulina Gasparini, Giada Piscitelli, Jonathan Tortolano, Yasmin Lorena Dominguez Sharma, and Anvika Chintaginjalu. will now invite Madame Bouchra-Choucair, French second language teacher, to come forward for le Prix Lucie Canel. Sister Lucie Canel served as Director General of Villa Maria from 1979 to 1988 and made significant contributions to development of French studies at the school. This prize is awarded in her name, along with a bursary, to the student who has highly distinguished themselves through their effort and interest in French studies throughout the year. This honor goes to Luciana Isabel Vargas Andrade. Thank you, Madame Choucair. I will now invite Ms. Alicia Forlini, Business and Entrepreneurship Teacher, to come forward for the next prize. For more than 20 years, Lise Casgrain, a 1969 Villa Maria graduate, has been actively involved in the school's activities and played an important role on the board of directors, as well as at the Villa Maria Foundation. In recognition of these important contributions, the Lise and Roger Casgrain Award is given for outstanding results in Secondary 5 financial education. This year's recipient is Malik Tubal Sagir. Thank you, Ms. Berlini. I will now ask Ms. Desiree McGraw, member of the National Assembly for NDG and a Villa Maria alumna, to present the member of the National Assembly's Community Service Award. Community service is of value at Villa Maria. It is a tradition passed on from the sisterhood. Many students volunteer in a very humble way, and some students go beyond what is asked, always caring about how they can help others. In 2024, Ms. McGraw introduced a special award to honor students who have shown exceptional dedication to community service. The recipient of the MNA's Community Service Award is someone who has generously given their time to volunteer, offered a helping hand to others, demonstrated compassion towards their community, or shown a strong commitment to environmental or social causes. Today, we are proud to invite Mika Cinquino to the stage to receive the 2026 MNA's Community Service Awards. Ms. McGraw will now share a few words with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm a politician. I can't resist speaking. Sorry. But good evening, everyone. Members of the congregation, members of the board, school leadership, teachers, employees, parents, families, and above all, graduates. It is such a pleasure and a privilege to be with you here tonight. Before anything else, I would like to congratulate this year's recipient of the MNA's Community Service Award. I had Micah, but maybe it's Mika Cinquino. So congratulations to you. It's an honor to be able to present this award to you. And really nothing makes me happier than seeing a young person to choose to give back to their community. At a time when it's so easy and tempting to just focus on ourselves, you, Micah, have chosen to focus on others. And that deserves, or Mika, that deserves to be celebrated. So I'm here tonight not only as a member of the National Assembly for Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, the riding in which Villa Maria has been located for almost 175 years, but also as a proud alum of this school. I graduated 40 years ago, and just a few weeks ago, we held our reunion here at Villa Maria with about 50 other members of my graduating class on the French side. And then the English side is celebrating theirs a little bit later this year. But now I think everyone knows how much I love this school, and for nearly 175 years, Villa, of course, has been a pillar of our community, shaping generations of young people and preparing them to make a difference in their communities and in the world. And what I love most about Villa Maria isn't the buildings or the heritage or even the history or even the reputation. It's the values that Villa Maria stands for. And long before I entered politics, Villa Maria taught me that leadership begins with public service, with community service. It taught me that community involvement is about responsibility, compassion, and using our time and our talents to help others. I can honestly say that the values I learned here at Villa Maria guided me toward a life of public service. So this is why in 2024, we established this MNA Community Service Award to recognize students who embody these important values. So congratulations again, and thank you for setting such a wonderful example for your not only for your fellow students here tonight, but also future generations of graduates. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. McGraw. I will now invite Mr. Nicolas Laframboise, Assistant Director of Educational Services, to present the Exemplary Student Award. The Exemplary Student Award, along with a bursary, is presented to the student who has displayed exemplary behavior during their 5 years at Villa Maria. Their academic achievement, attitude, and all-around demeanor are synonymous with the high standards of a Villa graduate. Among the many qualified candidates, the student chosen this year for this prize is Alan No Charlie. Thank you, Mr. Laframboise. I will now ask Ms. Cynthia Hilario, President of the Villa Maria Parent-Teacher Association, to come forward to present the following 2 awards. The Viola Desmond Perseverance and Determination Award is the first of 2 awards offered, along with a bursary, by the PTA at our graduation ceremony. Viola Desmond challenged racial segregation in Canada in 1946 when she refused to leave a segregated area of a theatre in Nova Scotia. Desmond's actions embodied strength, perseverance, and determination. This year's recipient is recognized for their consistent hard work, willingness to meet all opportunities with a positive spirit, and a commitment to their goals. The award is presented to Pearl Sorella Achang. The Tony Shorgan Prize is presented to the student who, by their personality and initiative, has contributed the most to their class and to the school. The winner is chosen by their classmates through a secret ballot. The PTA sponsors the Tony Shorgan Prize with a bursary. The student chosen by the class of 2026 is Chloe Hinkson. Thank you, Ms. Hilario. I will now ask Ms. Pina Tutino to come forward for the Catherine Tutino Scholarship. Catherine Tutino was a Villa Maria graduate of 1996 who was tragically killed in a car accident in August of 2000 at the age of 21. At her family's request, the school offers an award in her name. Catherine showed determination in her academic work, pride in her achievements, and fidelity to the moral values received from her parents and her teachers during her years at Villa Maria. This award is offered, along with a bursary, to a student who reflects Catherine's determination in their work, pride in their achievements, courtesy, and moral values. The recipient of the 2026 Catherine Tutino Scholarship is Christian Hode Chileli. Thank you, Ms. Tutino. I will now ask Ms. Barbara Barrasso to come forward once again. In addition to the many awards, bursaries, and scholarships offered each year to undergraduate students, the Mothers and Fathers Guild also presents scholarships to graduating students. These scholarships are awarded to the 2 students who have achieved the highest academic standings in their senior year. Please congratulate our 2026 recipients, Nathaniel Monachino and Maya Plamondon. I now invite Ms. Caroline Quevillon, Director of Educational Services, and Mr. Christian Corneau, our Director General, to confer the last 2 prizes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to present the next 2 awards. As Director of Educational Services, I have the chance to support our students through their time at Villa Maria and to see their hard work, curiosity, and dedication to doing their best. These 2 awards highlight those qualities. They recognize the determination, resilience, and strong values that define the Villa Maria experience. They encourage our students to grow, contribute, and reach their full potential. The Director of Studies Prize is awarded with a bursary to the student who has achieved the highest academic average over 5 years at Villa Maria. Please join Mr. Corneau as we honor the recipient of the 2026 Director of Studies Prize, Nathaniel Monachino. Mr. Corneau now holds in his hand, or shortly will hold in his hands, the last of our prestigious prizes, the Villa Maria Medal. The Villa Maria Medal is awarded annually to a graduating student who has combined high academic achievement, respect for others, and a consistent and active participation in the life of the school over a period of 5 years here at Villa Maria. The medal is offered with a bursary from the school and represents a legacy of the values and education found at Villa Maria. Please stand up as Mr. Corneau honors the recipient of the 2026 Villa Maria Medal, Chloe Hinkson.
Thank you, Mr. Corneau, and Ms. Quevillon. Congratulations again to all of our award winners. It is now my pleasure to introduce the class of 2026 valedictorian who was selected by a committee of peers and teachers. She's a dedicated student with a strong work ethic and is appreciated by staff and students alike for her enthusiasm and involvement in the school. Please join me in welcoming to the stage your valedictorian, Sophie Collett.
Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." For 5 years, our future has included this moment. We've thought about it, visualized it, and felt its beauty. But as I talk to you today, graduating isn't in the future anymore, it's the present. Dear administration, teachers, distinguished guests, family members, friends, and fellow graduates, today we take one more step in our lives, and it is quite a big one. On this day, we reflect on our lives and our journey thus far, the quiet and not so quiet challenges we have faced, and where we are headed. While we were Villa Maria students, high school was an environment with routine, but now we're set to go off on our own, and we have our own goals to define. Some of us are going to CEGEP, some to grade 12, and some don't know yet, but regardless of where we'll be in September, it won't be here. That means that we have to take our dreams and figure out how to turn them into success stories. Is it really possible that we spent a third of our lives in high school? We've gone through so much and changed in so many ways that I'm sure we wouldn't recognize our young secondary one selves if we met them in the halls. And no, I don't mean because of the masks we wore back then, but because of how much we've all grown and matured as individuals. We've been shaped by our teachers, helped by administrators, and encouraged by our parents. We wouldn't be here without those teachers, without their commitments, their countless late nights marking our exams, and planning out their courses in order for us to best learn and succeed. We often talk about how much we'll miss our friends, but it's not the same as only coming back a few times to see former teachers. We don't give them or our parents enough credit for the part that they played in our high school experience. Our parents are the ones that helped us study or drove us to games or practices, and we wouldn't have gotten this far without them. We owe them everything. Most people talk about how high school is like a stepping stone or a ladder, but I think of it differently. I think of high school like being a floaty. Yes, like the ones that we got in trouble for during Senior Assassin. A floaty keeps people from drowning, supporting them and helping navigate through deep waters. And high school has been just that. A supportive device to help us set our sights on new horizons, explore new territory, and just remain afloat. However, one way or another, we know that we have to take the air out because it's time to move on. Since we are now set to swim on our own, we can only look back on those moments that truly unified us as a graduating class. We think back on those moments, we might think of our trips to Boston, New York, or even a grad retreat, because honestly, where else are we going to go where we have the chance to really bond with each other in person rather than over FaceTime? But beyond those outings, many of us played sports, participated in the color run, went to the McGill gym with our physical education teachers. But when we look over these events that we've had, the ones that really stand out are mostly food related. Cakes-Beer, the business markets, bake sale, and of course the amazing goodies given to us by the PTA and the Mother and Fathers Guild. We'll miss all of this next year. It is my hope that we move forward with confidence, strength, and resilience as we begin to find our way. It is also my hope that those who come after us will share similar smiles and tears throughout this journey and realizing how lucky they and we are to have what we have. So if the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams, let us all dream big, believe even bigger, and spread the beauty everywhere we go. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you.
Thank you, Sophie, for your address and for representing the class of 2026. In previous years, before Villa Maria became co-ed, the graduating students would pass on a token to the younger generation as a legacy to carry on. That token took the form of a flower. Today, we want to honor that memory again in our own special way. In a few minutes, each student will be handed a white rose as they leave the ceremony. Graduates, you are welcome to keep your rose or offer it to someone who has made a major difference in your academic path. We are all so proud of you. Congratulations once again, class of 2026. As we are closing this ceremony, I would like to thank our special guests, guest speaker, and all of our award presenters. A huge thank you to our building management department, particularly Martine Fournier and Fernando Alves. Thank you to our student life team, to our Villa Maria ambassador volunteers, and to Jacinthe Laporte for their support in organizing this ceremony. We will soon escort our graduates, led by our Director General, to the stairs outside the central building for their traditional cap toss photo. Before we do so, I need your attention for a few important and short instructions. Parents, we ask you to wait until the procession and students have left the Thérèse Casgrain Hall, and then we invite you to exit via the glass doors of the hall and go left to walk around the building. We will meet you outside in front for the cap toss. Students, please follow the procession and don't forget to bring the folders that are under your chairs. I think you all have them. Once the official photo is taken outside, you must return your gowns to Ms. Laporte at center. The cap is yours. Keep it as a souvenir. Members of our audience and family and friends at home watching the broadcast, we hope you've enjoyed this ceremony and we thank you for being with us today. Congratulations. We will see you at center. Thank you very much. We don't.